Hi everyone, I chose to review TouchChat for this assignment. So what is TouchChat? TouchChat is a comprehensive full communication solution for people who struggle using their natural voice. It's pretty common within the options for the AAC because it is available on iOS software, which is all Apple products, so iPads, iPhones, iTouches, you can access those. However, that is a negative because it is only available on these Apple products, not Androids or other tablets that different companies have come out with. There is software that you can buy additionally that you can edit and save files and back up the device, and that software is available on both Apple products and Windows products. So, what are some of the features of TouchChat? I used this past summer with my students and was in charge of the programming for it and editing it. And when they would read it, once they would master a new book, I would have to then add all of the words for the next book into here. So I am pretty familiar with TouchChat and the administrative side of it as well. So the one of the features is that there's multiple pages, which I'm going to talk about a bit later within the pros section. That there's multiple pages, meaning that as you can see, like there's groups, ABC, places that once you click on it, then it will be a whole nother screen of other options. And then within there can be more folders within it. So there's a lot of flexibility and range of the symbols you want to put and how many. Other features, which I just learned about from this research, is social media, that you can sync TouchChat, which is what this is what it would look like. And you can sync it up to email, social media, and iMessage, which I think that'd be very neat to try, especially with older students that are familiar with the program. They could imagine having the capability for the first time getting to text your family and friends, which is really nice that there's a social aspect to this as well. Customization, there's full customization. That's the biggest benefit I see in TouchChat, that you can, for these pictures here, so if I were to click on social and then it would pop up people, and then or here you go, right here, people, and you press that, you could have a picture of the student's teacher, their friends in the classroom. You can have for places pictures of their backyard, pictures of their desk work. That I feel like isn't really, that's rare that you get full customization, because especially with PECs and other options, it's very simple symbols like how we see on this visual. There's other features with this with the purchase of TouchChat. When you are adding new symbols to it, they have over 40,000 symbols on their database that you can add, as well as adding your own, which I talked about before. Software, which I did mention before as well, that you can buy additional software. There's a lot of upgrades you can do if you want to back it up, if a parent wants to back their kids up and work from it at home, or if you want to save files for over the years and then change the format, you can have that option saved as well. Along with the social media, they have a option that I also just learned about, which is YouTube, that you can record either the audio or video of the screen, and then the individual can upload it to YouTube and they can watch it and listen to it again too. So I think that'd be a great option, especially relating that to academics, of how we talk about how you can adapt different assignments. That would be a good option of the student presenting information through making a YouTube video on TouchChat. The last thing is one of the features is that there is it's available both in fully functional in both English and Spanish. So especially for students that are bilingual or early language learners, this is a great option as well. So what are the pros for TouchChat? There's full customization, which for me, hands down, the freedom of having every aspect of the program is priceless and is a rarity that sometimes with students that are nonverbal and you don't know them that well or they're young, it's almost a guessing game of what they like and different preference assessments. And so once you figure that out of what they like, instead of having PECs, which I talked about earlier, just says candy, you can have exactly what they like and the exact examples for them, so the comprehension is there as well. Another great option that I like within TouchChat is the control options. So there's different, a lot of times when you see TouchChat, it's locked on the iPad screen, so the students can't, when you press the home button and other things, it doesn't let you. So that's really good for if we're doing teacher work and it's a video game free zone. It's just locked on that, and you know for sure that it is only being used for communication. And TouchChat does drain a decent amount of battery on iPads, so that's why also lots of times it is locked on that, because you want to be able to communicate first, and you're going to be in a pickle if it dies midway through the day. Another part of those control options is that over here, this is how you would go to menu. This is from an older version of the software of an iPad, but so you'll see a modified version of this today. But you go over here, and then if you can have the option that before this even pops up, you have to put a password in, which is also nice for students that may have some behavioral concerns. I know one of my former students, when we would be doing new work, he would try and delete the words, the new vocab words. So this is a great option that you can have it locked so that you are the only one editing it and it's not getting messed up throughout the day with the different people that interact using that device. Then the adaptability of levels is really nice too, that as you see here, this grid is huge, full of all these different options. And then this one is a more simple one, and you can have it within these grids too. You can opt for like this one. You can opt for like one like this to be blank. You can edit it so there could be 3 pictures or there could be 36. It's totally up to you, which is great that you can use it with all different types of people and all different types of stages of development. Another good pro is that it rotates well from portrait to landscape. There usually isn't that much of a time for it to adjust on the device. And then how I talked about earlier, how it can be paired with email, social media, and iMessage. I think that's a really great tool to utilize, and for sure let people that are nonverbal get to express more and have more accessibility to interact online, which is really great. Also, how I mentioned before, there's options when you go to edit that, and it's over 40,000 symbols. One last thing on this slide is that for the full customization, how I talked about, this is what it would look like when you were going to add a picture of it, that you can import or export the different files onto there, and then it will enter it in for you too. So it's really, really user friendly, which goes along with more of the pros that how I just said, it's user friendly. It's pretty easy for you to pick up. It took probably a week, and I was confident in how to work it. It's a lot of the routine too of like the little corners in here, how I talked about earlier, the more folders that it will say here. I'll go back. Like these don't have a folder, these are just the words themselves, and then these do have folders because of that thing in the corner. So it's more of figuring out not the device, but where the things are within that person's individual setup. Next, I already talked about this, but the multiple pages and folder options are really great. If we're doing a new vocab unit, I can have specifically within, they'll have like an option for school, and then within school you can have that program title on there too and keep it all in one spot, which is good to be able to have that in its own spot, and it's not randomly put with the most common words they say all day. Then the control options, what I talked about earlier as well, and how it rotates easily. Now let's move on to the cons. For me, there aren't that many cons. I tried to do it, good overview of it. It is pricey. The highest package itself is around $300, which isn't that bad for an AAC device, but you have to think about that it's going on a separate purchase Apple product, which are known to be expensive. And along with that is the prices of technology update. Apple products only last a certain amount of years. They can break pretty easily, so you would have to invest in a screen protector and a special case for it. And then the upkeep too of you have to always be checking for different updates and app updates within the device itself too. That's how I was talking about pricey big picture, that it's not just a flat $300. It is expensive. And some families may not be able to afford, especially out of pocket, if they don't have funding and can prove that it's medical, that it's needed for that. This might not be a realistic option, and you would have to do a more affordable option, because TouchChat, when you want it to be a fully functioning AAC device, they do have all of the special features that we were talking about that, yeah, a family that had to pay out of pocket would probably have to think of a more affordable route. Last but not least, here are some links. This is their own website, and it goes through all the different services and applications they have, so that you can find the right fit for you. This is the direct link from the Apple Store, and then you can read the people's different ratings on it and reviews as well, which is handy. And then this one is a video I found that is from TouchChat themselves, but it's a YouTube video of what it looks like when you first begin doing TouchChat, how to operate it, and then they have examples of, they have a couple videos of all different, of the different services that they have on the application and trying them out.